And as I do so, the clock ticks over to 8:30. Good evening. Welcome to Carradine's Self-Isolation Sing-Along. Week 25, we're here with a new medley. Well, I say a new medley. This is a very old medley for this. I used to open the second halves of my sing-alongs with this one until we shortened it down and just did the end bit. But I thought we might do this one. A little bit of some happy songs for you. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I like to hold it in my arms and keep it company. I like to see the world for once standing hand in hand and hear them echo through the hills for peace throughout the land. This one's a request from Amanda Cass. She wanted a little bit of happy days are here again. Oh, happy days are here again. The skies above are clear again. Let us sing a song of cheer again. Happy days are here again. All together shout it now. There's no one who can doubt it now. So let's tell the world about it now. Happy days are here again. Your cares and troubles are gone. We'll be no more from now on. Happy days are here again. The skies above are clear again. Let us sing a song of cheer again. Happy days are here again. This is very odd playing this medley. I haven't played it in so long. How about this one? A kiss on the hand, maybe quite continental, but diamonds are a girl's best friend. Have a banana kiss, maybe grand, but it won't pay the rental on your humble flat, or help you at the automat. Men grow cold as girls grow old, and we all lose our hair in the end. Yes, we do. But square, curl, or pear shape, these rocks don't lose their shape. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Yes, talking about hair, I know I changed the lyrics there, but yes, you can see on the top I'm losing mine. And I've been combing over as best as I can, but it's really going. How about this one? Ma, he's making eyes at me. Ma, he's awful nice to me. Ma, he's almost breaking my heart. I'm beside him, must he let his conscience guide him? Ma, he wants to marry me, be my honeybee. Every minute he gets bolder, now he's leaning on my shoulder. Ma, he's kissing me. One of my favourites, I haven't done this for a while. Me and my girl, meant for each other, sent for each other, and liking it so. Me and my girl, it's no use pretending, we knew the ending a long time ago. Some little church with a big steeple, just a few people that both of us know, and we'll have love, laughter, be happy ever after. Me and my girl. But of course, where did you get that hat? Where did you get that tile? Isn't it a nubby one and just the proper style? I should like to have one just the same as that. Wherever I go they shout, hello, where did you get that hat? If you knew Susie like I know Susie, oh, 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 what a girl. There's none so classy as this fair lassie. Oh, oh, holy Moses, what a chassis. We went riding, she didn't talk. From the country, I'm the one that had to walk. If you knew Susie like I know Susie, her mother would be after you now. Again, changing the lyrics, why not? It's been done many times over the years. How about this one? You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are grey. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. The other night, dear, as I lay dreaming, I dreamt that you were by my side. when you're crying. You bring on the rain, so stop your sighing. Be happy again, keep on smiling. 'Cause when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. And as we always finish this medley, or the sunshine medley anyway, a little bit of Morecambe and Wise. Here we go. Bring me sunshine in your eyes. Bring me rainbows from the sun. I'm making it up. Life's too short to be spent having anything but fun. We can be so content if we get. I'm just making it up. I'm singing the happy. I'm singing the second time lyrics. Never bring me any. Help me out, Faye. Let your arms be as warm as the sun from up above. Bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love. One more time, bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love. And again, bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love. There we go. My word, I'm making it up this evening.
You were singing the second verse.
I was singing the second verse, but the second verse isn't in the songbooks. I didn't put it in the songbooks this evening. There we go. Well, good evening, everybody. Thursday night, it's Carradine's Cockney Sing Along here on Facebook. But we don't know for how much longer. Hopefully we'll be here for a while, yeah. But if you saw my post earlier in the week, Facebook's cracking down a little bit more on copywritten material. So fingers crossed we can stay live streaming this evening. But if we do get to a point that we need to move over to another platform, I would encourage you to sign up to my mailing list. Go to carradinescockneysingalong.co.uk and you can sign up for my mailing list there. And if you do it that way, we can make sure, even if Facebook was to disappear tomorrow, that you know what's going on and I can keep you posted and stay in touch. So if you'd be kind enough to do that. There we go, as I said this evening, back in the lounge, but the other way around this evening. And I've also worked out the button on my new phone to work out how to flip it round so the piano works the right way in the video. There we go. So it's taken us 25 weeks to work that one out, but you can do it with a little button press. So as always, my beautiful wife Faye is on comments. Hello. Faye. And Andrew is currently crashed out on the sofa down here, which you can't see. But yes, he's sleeping. Sound? No, you're not sleeping. He's awake. He's listening in. So there we go. Well, yeah, lots of requests and shout-outs this evening, as always. A few birthdays to start, if that's all right for me to kick off. Unless Faye's got anything else to say, shout-outs and things so far.
I have a birthday.
Well, go on, give us a birthday.
And with a little request. It's not very specific, but that leaves you open to
Those are the kind of requests I like.
Just a message from Emma Thomas. It's Charlotte B's birthday tomorrow.
Hey,
so
Charlotte B, happy birthday for tomorrow.
For her would be lovely.
Okay. Well, I'll have a think as we would go on that. Also, birthdays. Charles Henry Cater, Susanna Cater's son. Hello, happy birthday to you. 12 today. Congratulations. And that message came from Mum Susanna, who very kindly sent us today. We arrived in the post this knitted banana. It was crocheted. Is it crocheted banana?
I think it's
crocheted banana, which was sitting on there until it fell off. And after being inspired by the chat on the Carradine's Cockney Sing-Alongers group about baking, a little Biro, a copy of the Biro cookbook, and you can read that the right way around as well now. So yes, we're looking forward to trying some of the recipes in that too. And thank you so much for sending those in the post. Cheered us up today. So there we go. Charles, happy birthday. It's Pele's 40th birthday on the 5th of September. That's a shout out from Tobias Broking. We've got a little request for you coming a little later on for you. And also, it's David, a.k.a. Dandy Breton, on Instagram, my good friend David. It's his 30th birthday tomorrow. So we thought we'd sing a little song. So we're going to have a rousing chorus of happy birthday initially, and then I've got a little request for David. So who did we have?
I've got another one for tomorrow. So we've got Charlotte B tomorrow.
Yeah, Charlotte.
We also have Alice. Elaine Franklin's told us that it's her birthday tomorrow, so it's another one. Alice, happy birthday,
Alice. Charles, Pele, and David. Here we go, all together. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear everyone on my list. Happy birthday to you. There we go. As I said, for David Dandy Breton on Instagram, I thought I'd do a little French number for you. We're going a bit multilingual this evening, so we'll come back to what the rest of that is about later on. But I thought I'd do a little French number on page 4 of your songbooks. This is a very famous hit for Joe Dassin. Joe Dassin, the French singer in the 60s. But it was written by a band in Tunbridge, this one. Aux Champs Elysee. You've got the lyrics on page 4. Best of luck. Whip out your French accents and schoolgirl or schoolboy French. And let's give this a try. Oh, I can't remember the English lyrics though. Here we go. Je me baladais sur l'avenue, le cuvée ou l'inconnu. J'avais un petit bonjour, n'importe qui. N'importe qui, il suffit trois, je te dis n'importe quoi. Ce suffisait pour apprivoiser. All together! Oh, Champs Elysee, ba-da-da-da-da. Oh, Champs Elysee. À soleil, sous la pluie, à midi ou à minuit, il y a tout ce que vous voulez aux Champs Elysee. Oh, Champs Elysee, ba-da-da-da-da. Oh, Champs Elysee. À soleil, sous la pluie, à midi ou à minuit, il y a tout ce que vous voulez aux Champs Elysee. There we go for dandy for David.
And apologies for the French accents.
Indeed, absolutely. Well, as I said, I'm very excited this weekend. I've got a gig in Copenhagen. Copenhagen. You say Copenhagen, I say Copenhagen. Let's call the whole thing off. Yes, wonderful, wonderful Copenhagen, salty old queen of the sea. Once you sail away, but we're home today, singing Copenhagen, wonderful, wonderful Copenhagen for me. Yes, I'm going off to perform at the Copenhagen Tweed Picnic tomorrow. Not tomorrow, I'm flying tomorrow and I've got the gig on Saturday, so looking forward to seeing all of my Danish instant chums over there. Yes, we've got a little bit of a Danish song for you as well later on, but we'll get there when we get there. So much stuff to cover this evening. We normally do anniversaries as well. We've got an engagement this week as well. A huge shout out to Emma Elizabeth and Simon Townsend, who shared a picture on the Carradine's Cockney Sing-Alongers group, showing that they just got engaged with giraffes in the background. Amazing. So huge congratulations to you two. And yes, just a reminder, I do play for weddings. So I'm sure we can talk about that. Also, wedding anniversaries this week. We've got some wedding anniversaries. It's actually Faye and my anniversary next Wednesday. 14 years, hon. 14 years.
14 happy years.
Where's it gone? Flown by. And also more anniversaries today. Faye Harvey and her wife Claire. Shout out to Faye and Claire. Your anniversary today. Very, very happy anniversary. Now, they requested a song this evening, which I'm afraid I don't know, embarrassingly so, because it's a song from Birmingham. My father was from Birmingham, so I have a real affinity for the city. Called A Face as Long as Livery Street. Definitely a Brummie song, and I would have to whip out my Brummie accent. Lovely, all right, I care about it. Come to Birmingham. Yes, unfortunately I don't know it, so apologies for not being able to sing that one for you this evening, but I will endeavour to learn it actually at some point, because it's a nice little cute little song I found on YouTube. Yeah, Faye and Claire, many congratulations. Linda Holland and your husband Doug, it's your 21st anniversary on the 11th. That'll be tomorrow then. Just a reminder there, Doug, to go and get a card and some flowers. And it's Andrew Potter and his wife Sarah's anniversary on the 22nd. No, it's their 22nd anniversary on the 12th. It's obviously a popular time for having a wedding. There we go. So congratulations to you guys. And also from my brother and sister-in-law, Lynn and Billy, who live at the top of our street. It is their wedding anniversary tomorrow.
10 years.
10 years, there we go. So what can we do for that? Congratulations and celebrations. I want the world to know that you're in love with me. Da 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 da. There we go. Actually, I remember that song as a kid because although that's Cliff Richard, my mum was a big Cliff Richard fan, and we listened to that a lot as kids. Also, does anyone remember Simon and the Witch? Children's TV programme in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s. And the witch in that sang, toad in a hole and dog in a blanket. There we go. It's amazing what takes you back. There we go. That's what this is all about. A sense of collective nostalgia that we all have for these wonderful songs that we all have a different frame of reference for, be it our parents or our grandparents sang them to us. I had a lovely message in from a guy called Jim Santee in Astoria in Oregon. Hi, Jim. Had a lovely email from him today saying, I learned about your music from watching Jules Guides. Many of you have come to me through Julian MacDonald and Jules Guides. And he says, most of your songs were common in the US in the 1950s when I was in elementary school and attending day camps in the summer. He says, they bring a smile to my heart. And in the US right now, we need all the smiles we can muster. Hell yeah. And he says, I order a set of smiles today. There we go. So, Jim, hopefully this is making you smile this evening. Thank you so much for joining us and coming across from my wonderful friend, Jules. Of course, if you want some fascinating London videos about things to do in London or one of fascinating bits of London history, accompanied by a Tom Carradine soundtrack in many of the cases, do have a look for Jules Guides, Joolz. Jules Guides on YouTube. Julie's a fantastic fellow and a great supporter of what I do at Carradine's Cockney Sing-Along. So do give him a like and a share and a view of some of his videos. We've had lots of requests come in. I do my best to get through them all. Actually, some nice requests for themes, actually. Eric Small suggested a drinking theme. I mean, perhaps some would say that every Thursday is a drinking theme, really. But some drinking-related songs. And tied into that, actually, Richard Lewis very kindly sent me a list today of some Oktoberfest-themed songs. So perhaps over the next few weeks, I don't have any lederhosen, though, maybe, unless someone can sort me out with some lederhosen. I don't have any lederhosen, but I can get the accordion out, and maybe we can have some kind of Oom Pah numbers as well. So, yes, perhaps if you've got suggestions for some of those songs, then drop those either in the requests form on my website, carradinescockneysingalong.co.uk, or drop them in the comments now, and Faye will make a note. So, talking about requests, we had one lovely request a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't get to it last week, I'm afraid. It's an old Mari Lloyd number, one of the songs that she sang towards the end of her career. And this was requested by Jeremy Buck. And it's a song called It's a Bit of a Ruin That Cromwell Knocked About a Bit. There we go. A little bit of Mari Lloyd for you. So if you turn in your songbooks to page 3 in your songbooks, you've got the lyrics to the chorus of this. But as always with these musical songs, there is a fantastic verse. I will do my best to attempt that. You have to imagine, of course, that I'm a middle-aged woman for this one. Maybe not too fast. It's quite wordy. I'm very, very fond of ruins. Ruins I love to scan. You'd say I'm very fond of ruins if you saw my old man. I went out to the country for a stroll the other day. I love to study history and pubs along the way. I came across an abbey that was crumbled into bits. It looked a relic of a bygone day. A gentleman said, "What is this?" I said, "Excuse me, sir, I'll tell you all about it if I may." Join in. It's a bit of a ruin that Cromwell knocked about a bit. One that Oliver Cromwell knocked about a bit. In the gay old days there used to be some doings. No wonder that the poor old abbey went to ruins. Those who study history sing and shout of it. And you bet your life there isn't any doubt of it, that outside the Cromwell Arms last Saturday night, I was one of the ruins that Cromwell knocked about a bit. The story goes on. I showed him round the ruin and explained to him its charms. He said, "Let us adjourn and call into the Cromwell Arms." So in the Cromwell Arms we spent the best part of the day. I soon found out the landlord's name was Cromwell, by the way. The landlord started arguing on Cromwell and his men, till I said, "Is this Cromwell fella dead?" He threw us out, and when I came to on the grass outside, I looked up at the abbey and I said, "I'm a bit of the ruins that Cromwell knocked about a bit. One that Oliver Cromwell knocked about a bit. In the gay old days there used to be some doings. No wonder that the poor old abbey went to ruins. Those who studied her history sing and shout of it. And you can't believe it like there isn't any doubt of it, that outside the Cromwell Arms last Saturday night, I was one of the ruins that Cromwell knocked about a bit." Last verse, here we go. I went back to the Cromwell Arms and doubled up my fist. The pot man's name was Oliver, and he's always on the twist. I said, "I've come to see the ruins, that's all I'm about." He said, "You'll be a lovely ruin if you don't get out." I told him and the landlord they'd be better in a home. I said, you've both got Cromwell on the brain. Then something seemed to fall and I thought that I collapsed. I murmured as I came round once again. All together, here we go. I'm a bit of a ruin that Cromwell knocked about a bit. One that Oliver Cromwell knocked about a bit. In the gay old days there used to be some doings. No wonder that the poor old abbey went to ruins. Those who studied history sing and shout of it. When you go back to your life there isn't any doubt of it. That outside the Cromwell Arms last Saturday night I was one of the ruins that Cromwell knocked about a bit. Hey, there we go. A lovely bit of Mari Lloyd for you, taking you to the Victorian Music Hall. Of course, if you're enjoying what I'm doing this evening at Carradine's Cockney Sing-Along, then do grab your songbooks, of course, from carradinescockneysingalong.co.uk. As I said, sign up to my mailing list. You can also buy merchandise there. I've still got some mugs left and some self-isolation sing-along tea towels as well, which is still going. Just the final remaining few of those. CDs, of course, if you like what I do. And, of course, if you fancy throwing some coins my way in my virtual tip jar, that would be very gratefully received if you fancy doing that on the website. It's all there, carradinescockneysingalong.co.uk. Any shout-outs coming in there, Faye?
We have got some. Oh, by the way, the banana from Susanna was knitted by her Auntie Jean-in-law. Yeah. If that's a relation.
Yeah.
We're going to run with that. Who lives in Tenerife.
Ooh,
so,
my word, there we go.
So she can't claim the credit for it.
Oh.
But I think it's a good bit of knitting, so I'm impressed. We have got a shout out for Stefan Errol, is it Akun? I'm not sure how to pronounce the surname, who got married yesterday.
Hey, congratulations!
And apparently the wedding dress is going to be a fabulous frock at Twinwood next year.
Hey.
And Marie Christine Coombs has asked, could you just play something that's a favourite choice from Twinwood for them, just to say
from Twinwood? With tuppence for paper and string. You can have your own set of wings. With your feet on the ground, you're a bird in flight. With your fist holding tight to the string of your... For you Twinwood fans, let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Let's go fly a kite and send it soaring up through the atmosphere, up where the air is clear. Oh, let's go fly a kite. There we go, a little bit of Twinwood there. That always gets them going in the Colonial Club, swaying and drinking cider in the early hours of the morning. We know how it goes. Shout out to all of my Twinwood fans out there. We'll be back next year, don't you worry. More requests that have come in. Request from Martin Glaister. Shout out to the Glaisters, I think in Gillingham, who are having a fantastic evening today. I think they posted some photos of their wonderful setup on the Carradine's Cockney Sing-Alongers page. So this sitcom medley, I know I've got a few fans of the sitcom medley that we do on the sing-along. We haven't done this for a few months, actually, so I thought I'd throw this one in. This one goes out to Lizzie, his youngest daughter. Lizzie, this one's for you. You've been watching the sing-along with your mum and dad. So, and I've got a special request after this medley, also for Lizzie. But here we go. I thought we'd have a bit of a sitcom medley. Take us down some of my favourite TV theme tunes. Starting, of course, with a bit of It Ain't Half Hot Mum. There we go. Lovely boy. I'll meet the gang, 'cause the boys are here. The boys to entertain you. Page 5 in your songbook, with music and laughter to help you on your way to raising the rafters with a hey, 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 with songs and sketches and jokes old and new. With us about, you won't feel blue. So meet the gang, 'cause the boys are here. The boys to entertain you. B-O-B-O-Y-S, boys to entertain you. Kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think we're on the run. Bit of Dad's Army. We are the boys who will stop your little game. We are the boys who will make you think again. 'Cause who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done? Now Mr. Brown goes off to town on the A21, and he comes home be cheaping and I'm ready with his gun. So who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done? Now you know this is my favourite, or one of my favourites. Here we go. If you got the blues, I got some news. Join in your fun, in your blue suede shoes, and do the holiday rock. I do the holiday rock. Howdy, howdy, hi, howdy, howdy, ho. Go, go, go to the holiday rock. I said howdy, hi. I said howdy, hi. Thank you, Faye. Howdy, hi. Thank you, Andrew. Howdy, hi. Howdy, ho. Howdy, howdy, hi. Howdy, howdy, ho. Go, go, go to the holiday rock. Now, talking about Irving Berlin, this one's an Irving Berlin tune from the 1920s, which was taken on and used by Birds of a Feather back in the 90s. It goes like this. What'll I do when you are far away and I am blue? What'll I do? What'll I do when I am wondering who is kissing you? What'll I do? What'll I do with just a photograph to tell my troubles to? When I'm alone with only dreams of you that won't come true, what'll I do? Well, there we go, from Birds of a Feather to a bit of Blackadder. Remember this one? The sound of hoofbeats across the glade. Good folk, lock up your son and daughter. Beware the deadly flashing blade, unless you want to end up shorter. All together, Blackadder, Blackadder, he rides a pitch black steed. Blackadder, Blackadder, he's very bad indeed. And another one from my childhood. Little bit of one foot in the grave. They say I might as well face the truth, that I am just too long in the tooth. I've started to deteriorate, and now I've passed my own sell-by dates. And though I'm no spring chicken, it's true, I have to pop my teeth into chew, and my old knees have started to knock. I've got too many miles on the clock, so I'm a wrinkly, crinkly set in my ways. It's true that my body has seen better days, but give me half a chance and I can still misbehave. 1 foot in the grave, 1 foot in the grave. Here we go. It's cold outside, there's no kind of atmosphere. I'm all alone, more or less. Let me fly far away from here. Fun, fun, fun in the sun, sun, sun. I want to lie shipwrecked in comatose, drinking fresh mango juice, goldfish shores nipping at my toes. Fun, fun, fun in the sun, sun, sun. Fun, fun, fun in the sun, sun, sun. I'm finishing, as we always do in this medley, with perhaps one of the greatest sitcom theme tunes of all times. Now, I know Lynn and Billy up the road are big fans of this. So, Billy, this one's for you. I'll stick a pony in my pocket, I'll fetch a suitcase from the van. Cause if you want the best and you don't ask questions, then brother, I'm your man. Cause where it all comes from is a mystery. It's like the changing of the seasons and the tides of the sea. But he's the one who's driving me berserk. What a one he falls and all his work. La 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 la. We've got some off-price crack ties, some miles and miles of carpet tiles, TVs, deep freezing David Bowie LPs, pool games, gold chains. What's their names without a push? Some Trevor Frost's tracksuits from a mushy shepherd's bush. Bush, 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 bush. No income tax, no VAT, no money back, no guarantee. Black or white, rich or broke, welcome prizes out of straw. God bless Hookie Street, viva Hookie Street, long live Hookie Street. Say magnifique Hookie Street, magnifique Hookie Street. string. There we go, Linny Billy, that one's for you. And happy anniversary.
Bonnet de douche.
What was that? Bonnet de douche, Marlene. Bonnet de douche. There we go. Now where? Yes, I said. This is going a little off-piste. Of course, Red Dwarf in there, the theme tune written by the wonderful Howard Goodall, who also, fascinatingly, has written the QI theme tune. He wrote the theme tune to, what else? Mr. Bean. And he wrote The Vicar of Dibley. Oh, Lord is my shut. That one, yeah. What else did he write? He's written musicals as well. Girlfriend's a fantastic musical. And The Hired Man. Two fantastic musicals that Howard Goodall's written. But also, he wrote a song. Well, he's written many songs. One-off songs. Including songs, of course, for Red Dwarf, that theme tune that he wrote. And there's a lovely moment in Red Dwarf where they sing a song, or where Danny John Jules, the wonderful actor who plays Cat in Red Dwarf, sings a song called Tongue Tied. Now we've had a request. This is from Martin Glaister for Lizzie, his daughter, requesting Tongue Tied. Now I apologise. Someone else has requested this over the last few weeks, and I can't find your message. So if it was you, then pop a comment up and try and find it. But yes, apologies for whoever else requested this. But I thought 2 requests, we ought to do it. And it goes like something like this, when I saw you for the first time, my knees began to quiver. I got a funny feeling in my kidneys and my liver. My hands started shaking. My heart began to thumping. My breakfast left my body hooey, hooey, hooey. Now, darling, tell me something. Why do you want to make me tongue-tied? Tongue-tied, whenever you are near me. Tied, tongue-tied, 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 whenever you're around. You make me feel a clown, girl. Yes, you make me tongue-tied. Tongue-tied, backing vocals. Why can't you tell you clearly? The tied tongue, tongue-tied, tongue-tied, tied, whenever you're around. Whenever you're around. There we go, a little bit of Tongue-Tied by Howard Goodall. I'm going to pop the video on the Facebook group because it's a fantastic, and to see Craig Charles and who was the other one?
What played Rimmer?
Who played Rimmer? Chris Barry. Doing the backing vocals. It's hilarious. And Danny John Jules, who is a fantastic musical theatre performer, and performed in many, many shows in the West End, really kind of showing off his voice and his dancing skills as well. So, Tongue-Tied. There we go, Lizzie. A little bit for you. Hope you enjoyed that. Can I just say that
Ash is now saying that he wants the Arnold Rimmer song as well?
Oh! Arnold Rimmer. Without him, life would be much grimmer. He's also a fantastic swimmer. He will never need a simmer. We'll have to do a whole Red Dwarf evening. There we go, Ash. Now, talking about requests. This is a request that came in last week, and I couldn't do it. Well, it wasn't really musical, so I wasn't going to do it last week. But the wonderful Stuart Clements has requested a little bit of Noel Coward. We were talking about Noel Coward earlier on. Let me have a sip of my water. This is a wonderful song called Could You Please Oblige Us with a Bren Gun? About, we were talking about Dad's Army earlier on, of course. This tells a little story about a colonel who's leading the home guard, and it goes like this. Colonel Montmorency, who was in Calcutta in '92, emerged from his retirement for the war. It wasn't really pleased with what he heard and what he saw. Whatever he felt, he tightened his belt and organised a corps. Poor Colonel Montmorency thought, considering all the wars he's fought, the Home Guard was his job to do or die. After days and weeks and years, bravely drying his manly tears, he wrote the following letter to the Minister of Supply. Could you please oblige us with a Bren gun, or failing that a hand grenade would do? We've got some ammunition in a rather damp condition, and Major Huss's and arquebus was used at Waterloo. With the vicar's stirrup pump, a pitchfork and a spade, it's rather hard to guard an aerodrome. So if you can't oblige us with a Bren gun, the home guard might as well go home. Well, could you please oblige us with a Bren gun? We're getting awfully tired at drawing lots. Today we had a shipment of some curious equipment, and just for a prank they sent us a tank that tied itself in knots. And Sunday's mock invasion, Captain Clark was heard to say he hadn't even got a brush and comb. So if you can't oblige us with a Bren gun, the home guard might as well go home. Now Colonel Montmorency planned, in case the enemy tried to land, to fling them back with skill and armoured force. He realised his army should be mechanised, of course, but somewhere inside experience cried, my kingdom for a horse. Poor Colonel Montmorency tried, at infinite cost of time and pride, to tackle his superiors again. Having just one motorbike, 14 swords and a marling spike, he coached the following letter in the following urgent strain. Could you please oblige us with a Bren gun? We need it rather badly, I'm afraid. Our local crossword solver has an excellent revolver, but during a short attack on a fort, the trigger was mislaid. In course of operations planned for Friday afternoon, our orders are to storm the Hippodrome. So if you can't oblige us with a Bren gun, the home guard might as well go home. Well, could you please oblige us with a Bren gun? The lack of one is wounding to our pride. Last night we found the cutest little German parachutist, who looked at our kit and giggled a bit, then laughed until he cried. We'll have to hide that armoured car when marching for Berlin. We'd almost be ashamed of it in Rome. So if you can't oblige us with a Bren gun, the home guard might as well go home. A lovely little bit of Noel Coward there. Classic wartime Noel Coward for you. And that goes out to Stuart Clements, a request from last week. Faye, any comments or shout-outs coming in?
Sue Ashdown Day has a little story about Danny John Jules.
Oh, go on.
Who she saw in Westbourne Grove one time. She went up to him and said, "The cat." And he replied, no, it was just Danny that evening. But, yeah, I would do that. I'd be tongue-tied.
Tongue-tied.
That was a very popular number. Lots of really positive comments. So, yes, Sue, I'm chuckling along with you for that one. Neil Fanning's had the idea you should maybe do a Victoria Wood medley.
Oh, indeed. Some
Not
fantastic...
sure how that would work with the copyright.
Oh, it's fine. It'll be fine, I'm sure. Well, we haven't been closed down from Facebook yet this evening. We shall see whether this video remains on Facebook. But we're going to play this all by ear regarding the Facebook copyright. We may move to another platform, looking potentially at YouTube or Twitch. But if Facebook starts being a bit arsey with the old streams, but thankfully we're here at the moment and we're still going. So again, if you like what I do and fancy, great thing you can do now is share this video. Literally click on the share button beneath and share. How many people we've got watching at the moment? Just over to 200. There we go. So yes, share this or tag some people in the comments who you think might enjoy a bit of a sing along, because we are just about to. I'm just about to sing. We're going to talk about going to Copenhagen this weekend. I'm going to sing a little song in Danish for you. This is one song that I knew already actually, and I'd learnt actually to sing for my good friends at the Royal West Kent Living History Group. The Queen's own Royal West Kent Living History Group, and this was presented. The sheet music for this was presented to me by the captain, now Major, Chris Jupp, this wonderful Rudyard Kipling poem from the 1890s, which was set to music in 1907 by Ole Speaks, an American composer. So I learnt it, and I sing it in English, but also it's a very popular song in Denmark as well. And was released in the 1960s by a four-piece male harmony group called the Four Jacks. So if you turn to page 4 in your songbooks, we're going to start with the English, actually. It's a beautiful song. And it goes like this. By the old Moon Mine Pagoda, looking eastward to the sea, there's a Burma girl a-setting, and I know she thinks the temple bells they say, come ye back, you British soldier, come ye back to Mandalay, come ye back to Mandalay, come ye back to Mandalay, where the old flotilla lay. Can't you hear their paddles clunking from Rangoon to Mandalay, on the road to Mandalay, where the flying fishes play, and the dawn comes up like thunder out of China across the bay. Well, it was also released by Frank Sinatra in the 1950s and covered by the Four Jacks, and their version goes like this. Bid and grå moon mein pagoda, messy bläck mol havets blå, sætter der in Burma Pierre, allgemein und Singapore. Vi skal palmas huske ikke, sunge templets klokker ej. Kom igen, så der fra England, kom igen til Mandalay. You can work out the chorus, can't you? Kom igen til Mandalay, alle flyttelings gamle vej. Husker du, da geien dunken fra Rangoon til Mandalay, det vej til Mandalay, full af fluefisk i leg. Over Zulen, bosom, tårn from them Guinness, Bogdan's nine. A little bit of Danish there for my Danish chums out there.
Good job. Actually, I've got a link from that. If we're thinking of Mandalay and we think of the story of Rebecca, always brings to my mind the wonderful Dame Diana Rigg, who of course played Mrs. Danvers in the Charles Dance version. And of course we lost Dame Diana Rigg today at the lovely age of 82. So just wanted to put that in there.
We did. Oh my word. What a sad, sad loss. There we go. Well, I've got some more requests coming in this evening. I'm afraid these aren't in your songbooks, but these go out. Now, Rosalind Stewart has been requesting a little bit of Mari Lloyd for the last few weeks. She did ask whether I would get dressed in an appropriate style for this and perhaps show a bit of ankle, but I think it's probably better off that you don't see. Well, can you see I've got trousers on? I do have trousers on today, yes. But
thank the Lord.
Thank the Lord for that. There we go. So she wants a little bit of Mari Lloyd that goes like this. When I take my morning promenade, quite a fashion card on a promenade, and I don't mind nice boys staring hard if it satisfies their desire. Do you think my dress is a little bit? Well, not too much of it. Well, not too much of it. Though it shows my shape just a little bit. That's the little bit the boys admire. I mucked up the lyrics in the middle of that. If you think my dress is a little bit, just a little bit, well, not too much of it. That's the one. Though it shows my shape just a little bit, that's the little bit the boys admire. And we've had a request for this one from Claire Law. She said she first heard the Natalie Marchand version of Come Take a Trip in My Airship when her son was a baby, and she used to sing it to persuade him to go to sleep. Unfortunately, it didn't work. It was a beautiful song, and I should be doing a gig, or I should have been doing a gig at the end of this month, actually, playing for an airship convention of all things. And this was one of the songs we were going to sing. And it goes like this. Come take a trip in my airship. Come take a sail among stars. Come have a ride around Venus. Come have a spin around Mars. No one to watch while we're kissing. No one to see while we spoon. Come take a trip in my airship and we'll visit the man in the moon. Beautiful song, that one. There we go. Typical of those kind of American songs that came over at the turn of the century. Now, we've had a request already for Lizzie Glaister. But this one goes out to Sally Glaister, Martin and Anne's older daughter, who's apparently working in Berkeley Square at the moment. And so this goes out to you. A certain night, the night we met, there was magic abroad in the air. There were angels dining at the Ritz, and a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. This heart of mine beat loud and fast, like a merry-go-round at a fair. For we were dancing cheek to cheek, and a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. There we go, Sally. That's for you. And it's Pele's birthday, and his request was for Wotcher. Goes like this. Wotcher, all the neighbours cry, who you gonna meet, Bill? Have you brought the street Bill? Laugh, I thought I should have died, and up to in the old Ken Road. One more time. Wotcher, all the neighbours cry, who you gonna meet, Bill? Have you brought the street Bill? Laugh, I thought I should have died, and up to in the old Ken Road. And of course, some of my longest serving fans, James Farrar, his mum Carradine, and his lovely wife Olga are watching together for the first time this evening. And they're big fans of the old Harry Champion songs. Here's one for them. Well, I'm Henery the Eighth, I am. Henery the Eighth, I am. I got married to the widow next door. She's been married 7 times before, and everyone was an Henery. You wouldn't have a Willie or a Sam. No, Sam, I'm a rightful man named Henery. I'm Henery the Eighth, I am. Hey, there we go. To James, Carradine and Olga, thank you so much for joining me every week, which has been lovely over the last 25 weeks. There we go. Can't believe we're still here, and we will still be here for the foreseeable future. Any shout-outs there, Faye?
No, I have got a rather strange story. So, as you know, I am wont to go on this day in history to find out what happened. And I came across a rather unusual story from 1891. Apparently, Tarara Bumdier was written by a Canadian bandsman, Henry J. Sayers. It was one of the very popular songs of Victorian England. However, he later admitted that he copied an Austrian song after he heard the tune in a brothel.
There we go.
I'm not entirely sure what the significance is of this date. I don't know if this was the fabricated date. I don't know. But I liked the story, so I thought I'd share. And the music hall made me think of it.
There we go. COVID. No, please don't be. Please don't be. No, I'm going to Copenhagen tomorrow. I hope so. I hope I haven't got a temperature. On my word. No, I should be fine. Yes, Tarara Bumdier, which was originally very popular for dancing the can-can to. Tarara Bumdier, Tarara Bumdier, Tarara Bumdier, Tarara Bumdier. And also, the first place that the can-can was performed in the UK was on the stage at Wilton's Music Hall, the wonderful Wilton's Music Hall. Some very exciting news, actually, about Wilton's, is I'm just in discussions at the moment for a date in their spring season. So between January and March, I do have the date, but I can't tell you. So I will be, assuming theatres don't close and we're still there, that I will be appearing at Wilton's Music Hall in the new year. But I'm afraid it won't be a sing-along, just due to all the regulations. We can't have audience sing-along. So a slightly different format, and I'll tell you some more about that when it's all official. But yes, I will be back at the wonderful Wilton's Music Hall in the new year. So yes, if you want to be the first to know about that, make sure you join not only the Carradine's Cockney Sing-Alongers group, but also make sure you sign up to my mailing list at carradinescockneysingalong.co.uk. Put my teeth in. There we go, coming towards the end of the sing-along this evening. So, we haven't had this one for a few weeks. A little Cockney musicals medley, some of my favourite songs. We're going to start, this is on page 7 of your songbox, a little bit of Oliver to start with. Let's hear you at home. Consider yourself at home. Consider yourself one of the family. We've taken to you so strong. It's clear we're going to get along. Consider yourself well in. Consider yourself part of the furniture. There isn't a lot lays, empty larder lays, why grouse? Always a chance to meet somebody to foot the bill. Then the drinks are on the house. Consider yourself our mates. We don't want to have no fuss. For after some consideration we can stay. Consider yourself one of us. All I want is a room somewhere far away from the cold night air, with one enormous chair of wood. And it'll be lovely. Have a banana, lots of chocolate for me to eat, lots of coal, making lots of ease. Warm face, warm hands, warm feet. I would, and it'd be lovely. Oh, so lovely, sitting absolutely still. Core blimey, I would never budge till spring. Crept over my windowsill, someone's head rested on my knee. Warm and tender as he can be, who takes good care of me. Oh, wouldn't it be lovely, 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 lovely. Bit of half a sixpence. All lined up in a wedding group, here we are for a photograph. All dressed up in a morning suit and trying not to laugh. Since the early caveman in his fur took a trip to Gretna Green, there's always been a photographer to record the ABC. Let's hear you. Out in flashbang, what a picture, what a picture, what a photograph. Poor old soul, blimey, what a joke. Have blown up in a cloud of smoke. Clap your hands, stamp your feet, banging on the big bass drum. What a picture, what a picture. Well, I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. Pull out the stopwatch, let's have a wobble. But get me to the church on time. I've gotta be there in the morning. Spruced up and looking in my prime. Girls, come and kiss me, show how you miss me. But get me to the church on time. If I am dancing, roll up the floor. Whistling or wash me out the door, for I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. Kick up a rumpus, but don't lose the compass. And get me to the church, get me to the church. For God's sake, get me to the church on time. Bit of Max Bygrace for you. They've changed our local pally into a bowling alley, and things ain't what they used to be. There's tents with drain pipe shrouds and debs in coffee house, and things ain't what they used to be. It used to be fun, Dad not Mum, paddling down South End, but now it ain't done. Never mind, John, Paris is where we spend our outings. Grandma trying to shock us all doing. These are rock and roll things ain't what they used to be. Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Because I was afraid to speak when I was just a lad. My father gave me nose a tweak and told me I was bad. But then one day I learned a word to say me aching nose. The biggest word you've ever heard. This is how it goes. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Go on, raise your glasses and give us a sway. There's a little ditty they're singing in the city, especially when they're being on the gin or the beer. If you got the patience, your own imaginations tell you just exactly what you want to hear. Oom Pah Pah, Papa, that's how it goes. Oom Pah Pah, Papa, everyone knows. They all suppose what they want to suppose when they hear last time key change. Oom Pah Pah, Papa. that's how it goes. Oom Pah Pah, everyone knows. They all suppose what they want to suppose when they hear Oom Pah Pah. Hey, there we go. Give yourselves a round of applause at home. Some rousing songs. And I think, is Andrew asleep? Or is he awake? Andrew?
No, don't wake him up.
He's got a very important job to do in a minute. No, Andrew has fallen asleep. So there we go. Well, we're coming towards the end of the sing-along this evening. Thank you so much for joining us, of course, every Thursday here at 8:30 to 9:30 on facebook.com/Cockney Sing-Along. Well, you're here. Tell your friends and join us again next week. Of course, as usual, a huge shout out to Faye, and thank you for her comments this evening. Any final shout outs?
I know, I was too busy singing to be reading comments.
Brilliant.
Because that was too much fun.
Oh, and of course, the wonderful Marcus Reeves dealing with my back end and dealing with all the comments behind the scenes, the social media shares as well. Thank you so much, Marcus, for all your help as always. As I said, if you like what I do at Carradine's Cockney Sing Along, of course, you can buy merchandise, mugs, and tea towels are still there, and some more things very much in the planning. Don't keep an eye on the website for that. Of course, CDs you can purchase on there. I'm also available to download off all major streaming platforms, and. Yeah, that's about it. And if you fancy throwing some coins my way in my virtual tip jar, I would be more than grateful. Thank you very much. We would normally finish it with a little bit of a goodbye medley, but a slight change of plan this evening as Andrew has fallen asleep. I'm going to ask Faye to come over here to the camera because it's our wedding anniversary next week.
I'm going to take the specs off.
Andrew? No, Andrew is asleep. He has properly passed out on the... Hello, this is Faye. She didn't realise it. We hadn't planned this. So, well, I'm going to do something if you can listen. Oh, a bit of Albert Chevalier. We've been together now for 14 years, and I cherish it every day. There ain't a lady living in the land that I'd swap for my dear old Faye. Less the old. There ain't a lady living in the land as I'd swap for my dear old Faye. There we go. And Andrew would have done this wonderful reveal, but Andrew's passed out behind.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh, thank you.
There we go.
Do you know what these flowers remind me of? The flowers you bought me when we stayed at the Bear Island Hotel.
They do a bit. We're going to show them off.
Yes, let me not drop. It's a lovely.
Go. And Lily's your favourite. Oh, it's got water in the bottom.
Oh, is that?
Lily's your favourite, and Roses as well.
Oh,
Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
No.
I was not expecting that.
There we go. And I wasn't expecting Andrew to fall asleep.
Well, you have lulled him to sleep with your sweet song.
With my sweet, sweet song. So there we go. Well, I'm afraid. Oh, come on in. We'll be here at the same time next week, Thursday at 8:30. Tell your friends. Thank you so much for joining us, as always. Faye and I will be going live in it shortly once we've kind of tied it up a little and I've put Andrew to bed. If you want fancy on joining us for a little post-show debrief, it's not going to be a long one tonight because obviously I've got to get an early night because I'm off to wonderful, wonderful Copenhagen. I will find out. I will tell you next week. So thank you so much for joining us, and here we go. Show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I want to go to bed. Tell me about it. I had a little drink about an hour ago, and it's gone right to my head. Wherever I may roam, on land or sea or foam, you can always hear me singing this song. Show me the way to go home. Hey, there we go. Now the awkward thing is I've got to walk to the camera and...
You've got to go and switch the camera off.
See you all next week. Thanks very much.